get familiar. So if you don't know by now, then you should probably get familiar.
Alrighty guys, so today it is episode 2 of the GST tutorials. Now before I start off, I was told by somebody to go over a HUD designing. I don't know if that audio is good enough or it's going to be quiet, but this is a really loud song. So give me 1 second to turn my volume down. Alrighty, so now I should be able to hear myself talk a lot more, and that was really annoyingly loud. Sorry. Anyway, so let's go ahead and ignore this character map, and let's go to GST Studio. Let me open and go to YouTube tutorials. Okay, so before I continue, somebody asked me how to do something specifically, and I'm going to go over that really quick with you guys. It's just HUDs. So here we're going to do create HUD, and we're just going to go over placement of HUDs. So self.HUD equals create rectangle. You don't normally have this as an option to just type it. I'm just doing it because it's there. So quote, center, center, and we'll do 0, 0, 100, 100 for the height. The color has to be, well, I guess we can do this. So you want to make a function called RGB, parentheses, and then do R as a parameter, G as a parameter, and B as a parameter. Then we're going to do 2 open brackets and go R equals R/255, or RC, sorry. And then GC equals G/255, and BC equals B/255. Return RC, GC, BC. Okay, so what this code right here is going to do, this RGB code, is going to return red, green, and blue divided by 255, because in order for you to do RGB, it is divided by 255 in the game, so the game's maximum is 1 instead of 255, which is the default maximum for the maximum color range for RGB. So here, we just want to do RGB. You don't have to do self for this because it's just returning, and we're going to do red, 255, 0, 255. Or now let's do purple. That's purple. White is all 255, and I mean it's red, green, and blue. 255 is the max. So here we're going to do white. That's just a blank square, a rectangle, whatever you want to call it. The sort is going to be the arrangement of HUDs. So I'll show you that in a second. 0.8. Okay, so with the sort, if I go like this and copy and do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So basically 0 is going to be on the bottom, 1 is going to go above 0, 2 is going to go above 1, and 3 is going to go above 2. Basically it just prevents from any HUDs overlapping or having any issues. So now we are going to go over here till with this ADS button pressed, and we're going to do self create HUD. We don't need to thread it as it's not a loop, so it's going to end. And then the aim and knife, we're going to do a self destroy HUD. So we're going to make another function called destroy HUD. And we're going to make 2 brackets, and we'll do self.HUD equals, or destroy, sorry. And destroy that HUD. Why can I not press the letter Y? Alright. And then we'll inject into the game. and start the match. Alrighty, so we're going to spawn in, and then if I aim, there's a purple circle, and then if I aim a knife, it goes away. Aim, and knife. Aim, you get the idea. Alright, so now let's go back to this. Say we want to make it a little wider. So the width is actually a really good menu-based width. It's about 180, and you want to make this height here, I think it's 800 on MW2 is the maximum. And let's change the shader to black. Okay, so now it should be really big rectangle in the middle of the screen. There we go. Now we can move it to the left or right using the aligns here. So this would make it aligned over here to the left side of the screen. So like this side over here. So now like this side. And then if I did right, which I'm gonna do here, self.hud2 and 1, and then we're gonna do center. So center, left, and we'll do right, left, right, and center. All right, and then I'm just gonna make, or better yet, I should do this. Self.hud 0, 1, 2. And the reason I'm going to do that is now, so if we do self.hud equals an array, so we define this as an array, and then we declared what the arrays are. So then here we can do for each shader in self.hud, and then we can do shader destroy. So now what you're going to see is we're going to have it go in the left, right, and center. Nope. Alright, bad example. So with this is going to be a little different. So these are center. Some HUDs will be different. So left and right might be different sides. I'm used to it being the other way around. So if we do left, right, and let's re-inject. My create HUDs are reversed to that, so my lefts go, or my aligns for the menus are on the left, and my way that the HUD is built is on the right, which I will explain in a second. But anyway, so now it should go like that. So the left HUD's on the left, right's in the middle, and over here is the right, as very obvious. So the center tells you where the HUD is drawn from. The easiest way to do that is by making this width 50, 50, and 50. Alright, so now you can see before it was center, I believe they were all center, so they all formed at the center. Whereas in this case, well, they're all still in the center. I don't really know how to explain it without doing it. Okay, so let me change that again. Alright, so we want the left one to go to the left. We want the right one to go to the right, and we want the center to go to the center. Alright, so this will show it a little better, sorry. Alright, so the one on the left over here is coming in from right here where my mouse is. It's being drawn right there. So normally in center it would cover both sides of the 180, and then the middle one is still being centered, so it's drawing from the center of your crosshairs pretty much, and the right is going from this side out. So basically that just describes where your HUD will start and which direction it's going to go. So if you start your HUD, if you're designing your HUD from the right, it's going to go out to the left. If you're designing it from the center, it's going to go in the center both ways. And if you design it going from the left, it's going to go inward. So basically, they do the opposite of each other. And that's enough for you, Deluxe.